Well, hello, and welcome back to the most amazing carrot cake. Boy, this one is so yummy. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius. I'm in a lazy mood today, so I'm just going to use a square pan with a little bit of butter and some baking paper, but you can use a circle pan. You probably even could use a log pan if it's a big one. Alright, so get that ready next, and then we want to get 1 cup of walnuts. So, of course, as usual, I don't have enough, so I've mixed them with pecans. So pecans and walnuts come from the same family, and pecans are yummy. So I've mixed them, so we've got to chop them up and put them aside, and I've also put some aside to decorate the cake with after as well. Alrighty, now our nuts are chopped. I've done mine nice and chunky, so it's up to you depending on your taste. I love big chunky, I'm going to say walnuts and pecans in my carrot cake, but some people like to cut them up really small, so that's just optional. Now I also forgot to say, you're not only just a round or the square tin and that. If you want, you can make them in cupcake or muffins as well. The only difference will be just the cooking time. So as long as you put your skewer in and it comes out clean, they're ready. So it will just take less for cupcakes, obviously, a little bit more for muffins, a little bit more for a log tin, and the other two, the square and the round one, will probably take about the same amount of time. Okay, so the next thing we've got to do is we want to get ourselves a big bowl, and we want to put 1.5 cups of plain flour, 1.5 teaspoons of bicarb soda. Over in the States, I think it's still called soda, it's just called something different, but it's the same thing. 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder. Add your chopped nuts, give it a good mix through, and then set it aside for a minute. Grate up 2 cups of carrot, which equals roughly 2 medium carrots, alright? Put that aside for a minute. Then we want to get, I've got a can of crushed pineapple here. If I could get the smaller can I would for this, but I don't. So we need 1/2 cup, measured out and put aside. Now we want it juice and all, alright? 1/2 cup of it. Now if you don't know what to do with the rest of your pineapple, if you pour crushed pineapple over ice cream, it is amazing. If you're making a fruit salad, throw the rest in with that. It's yummy for that too, like juice and all. Oh yeah. Alright, in a smallish bowl, we want to get 2 eggs and just give them a quick whisk up with a fork, like a saw. And then we want to throw in 1 cup of white sugar and 1/3 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. Give it a little bit of a mix up, and then we want to get our electric beater out, and we want to beat it until it's nice and fluffy. Have that beating on medium for about 2 minutes, so it looks like that. Okay, the next thing we want to do is get 1/2 cup. I'm using olive oil, but you can also use vegetable oil. So 1/2 cup of olive oil, vegetable oil in there. Olive oil is so good for you. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we want to mix that all in really well together. We've got that mixed in beautifully. We want to put our 1/2 cup of crushed pineapple in and mix that through. Then we add our 2 cups of carrot and mix that in. Now we get our bowl of flour in with our mix. Mix it all in really well together. Oh, that smells absolutely amazing. Now into our pan. Smooth it out. Oh yeah, baby. Into the oven she goes. It's beautiful in here. Alright, I stuck the skewer through, it come out clean. 35 minutes it took in my electric oven. So I'm going to leave it here to sit for about 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to pull it out and sit it on the cooling rack, and we're going to let it go completely cold. While we're waiting for that to cool down, we need 250 grams of cream cheese. It's up to you whether you want the light or the normal one. I'm just having the normal one. We want to stick that in a smallish bowl with 125 grams of butter chopped up. Chop the butter up and stick it in there with it. Put glad wrap over it and set it aside, so when we're ready to do the icing for the top, it's at room temperature. Cake's nice and cold, it smells amazing. Alright, so we've got our cream cheese and butter there, that's been there for ages, so that's ready to go now. So next thing we want to do is get 60 grams of white chocolate melts, get some boiling water out the kettle, put it into a little saucepan, sit it over the top. Okay, now as soon as that's all melted down properly, we're going to take it straight off it and then start beating everything up at the same time. So we need to melt it, but we need it to cool down just a fraction while we're stuffing around with the rest of it. Alright, chocolate's melted. Take it off, put it aside for a second. I'm going to do this exact timing. Now in a bowl you want to get 1.5 cups of icing sugar with a spoon and have that sitting aside ready to go. You want to get some vanilla extract and have that sitting aside ready to go. And we want to get some cream. Okay. First thing we do is we get our warmed up cheese and cream cheese and butter, and we want to beat it with the electric beater. Alright, you don't need to do it for long, you just want to blend it in. Now what we want to do is we want to have 100 hands like an octopus, is we want to get our chocolate and we just want to put it in a little bit at a time, okay? So 1 or 2 of them, blend it quickly for 2 seconds, then the next 2 seconds. Now chocolate's in there, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then beat that in again for a couple of seconds. Now we want to add our icing sugar, a couple of spoonfuls at a time. Grate around the sides. Why is all those yummy things always so messy? Oh mate, look at that. It is just, oh, I can't wait till you guys give it a go. When you give it a go, make sure you come back on and let me know how you went and if you like it as much as I do. I know it's good, but yeah, just let me know if you love it as much as I do. Okay, 2 tablespoons of thickened cream we want in there. Wow. Oh, almost did it a second time. Awesome. Alright, and we just want to mix that through. And we are ready, oh yum, to put it on the top and eat it. Wasn't one spot I missed beating that up then. It went freaking everywhere. So in hindsight, do it in a bigger bowl. Alrighty, the fun part, putting all of this on and just piling it on and piling it on and piling it on. So first of all, once I pile it on, I'll start with a fork. It just makes it easier to try and get it all even. So we go across and back and we slowly get it to move itself around. Alright, so you can do it all smooth if you want. You can do it like I'm going to. I love the rustic look. Do it whichever way you want. Get a knife now if you want and smoothen it all right out. Now remember, I kept some walnuts and pecans and I'm going to put them on top. I think we can put a bit more this side. Oh, I bet it doesn't look as good on camera as it does in a real life. I've got to get some good lighting in here, I'm telling you. Alright, so now I'll get me nuts. Right, so I'm going to put pecans on the corner because I end up putting pecans in this one. I love decorating stuff. So yeah, general rule when you want to put something on, you want to get them to go all even. Either start with your 4 corners or start with the 4 middles. And that way you can work out exactly how many you want to put on each one to make it even, whether it's round or square. So I'm putting 3 in each, so I'll put it in the middle first to get it in the exact spot, and then one either side. And around I go. One in the middle first, and each side. Check this out, my friends. I hope you can see that a bit better. I've got it stuffed in the fridge with the door open because the light is good in here and it's no good anywhere else. Oi, it come out. Oh, yum. Leave it in the fridge, unwrapped, for a good half an hour to let the top set a little bit. Once the top sets a little bit, you can wrap it in Glad wrap and it will last you up to a couple of weeks. Yeah, wrap it in Glad wrap and it won't stick to it. So let's cut a piece up. Ooh. There you go, my friends. Check that out, eh? Oh, you gotta give it a go. Oh, see you soon. Bye.